All right, welcome to the live stream, guys. Welcome to Apologetic Arena, the live edition. I'm your host, Israel. You can call me King Context. Today, we've got one question, and that question to answer is Islam really better for women than Christianity? I actually even I'm looking to have conversations today, right? I want to start doing these kind of live streams just to show you live in real time how to defend your faith as a Christian. Let me know in the chat section if you're live. Let me know in the comment section below if you would like me to do more of these things. If you would like to know how to defend your faith as a Christian against different groups, against Islam, against atheists, against Hebrew Israelites, against the rabbis, Jews who don't accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. Don't forget to hit the like button as well, just so we can push this out to more people. Again, and welcome all of you guys and girls who are coming to the live stream already. Looking forward to today's live stream. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go for, but hopefully we'll have some good conversations. Guys, the link is also in the chat section. If you are a Muslim and you want to show us why Islam really is better for women than Christianity, then you can do so. It's interesting because I watched a couple of videos, so we'll probably look at those. We'll look at a couple of videos in a moment, which are presenting the case and making the argument why Islam is better for women than Christians, which to me is just mind-boggling. But the sad truth is, it's like this isn't all Muslims, but you've got certain Muslims out there who will lie. They will deceive. They will say whatever they need to say in order for people to believe in their religion. And this is just so polar opposite. It's the complete opposite to what Christianity is, where we're governed by truth, right? So there's so many people out there today from the Islamic perspective, the Muslim preachers, sheikhs, etc. These are many of the videos we do when we engage with Islam. We look at people like Sheikh Uthman and other people like him who will say whatever they need to say in order to get people to believe in their religion. That is not the way to pull people into your religion. You want to pull people, you want to persuade, you want to draw people into the religion who are genuine, right? You don't want phonies, basically. It's just a simple way to put this. You don't want to draw people into the religion that you believe in just based on lies and based on deceit. But so often, many of these Muslim apologists out there, many of these people who are into pulling people in, have they don't care about lying. They don't care about deceiving. They'll just say whatever they need to say in order for you to come in. And obviously from our perspective as Christians, that's like the complete opposite. So again, today's live stream is all about one question. Is Islam really better for women than Christianity? And again, the live call link, if you want to join and have a conversation about this, the link is in the chat section. I've pinned it. For those of you on the other platforms, you can obviously just request up just the normal way, but either way, hopefully we can have some good conversations today. And if not, right, we can look at some videos and I'll just show you, like, this is stuff. One of the videos, I think if I remember correctly, had hundreds of thousands of views. It was a short, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, these are the kind of things which people are believing are like they're believing these lies. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button, right? If you're on any of the other platforms where this is going out to, obviously do the same on that platform. And again, feel free to request up if you are a Muslim specifically and you want to tell us why Islam is better for women than Christianity, which makes no sense on so many different levels. But there you go. All right, cool. So let's jump into one of these videos, right? This is the kind of typical video you will see, right? Today, one question. I'm showing you how to defend your faith against this claim that's going out a lot these days, that Islam is better for women than Christianity, right? Again, the link is in the chat for anybody who wants to join, right? If you're watching on TikTok, feel free to hit the request button. You can request up or we can have a conversation. Either way, I'll be taking guests from either side, right? If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, I have no problem doing that. Now, I just mentioned videos, right? So we're going to look at a video, right? And this is one I saw. This is from Speaker's Corner here in the UK, right? And it's like you get Speaker's Corner is such an interesting place. You get so many characters coming to Speaker's Corner, and it's just like anywhere, but there's a megaphone there. So some of the stuff which happens at Speaker's Corner like gets broadcast all over the world. So people can say anything they want. And it's crazy because I saw this video recently and I was just like, this is amazing. Like, this is a guy, the title of the video was Islam honors women more than Christians. And I was like, this makes no sense. But we can look at the reasoning why he actually said this. So it's a short video. And if memory serves me, it's got hundreds and thousands of views. And he's going to talk about why Islam is apparently better for women than Christians, which makes no sense, right? It makes no sense. And again, any platform you're on, I'm taking callers. The phone lines are open if you want to put it like that. The link is in the chat section. If you're on TikTok, you can obviously request that, or we can have a conversation. It doesn't even matter, right? If you're a Muslim specifically, join the call, join the conversation, and let us like reason together. Tell me why you think Islam is actually better for women than Christianity, right? It would be interesting to hear some of the reasoning, some of the argumentation as to why, right? But before we get a live caller, someone who's going to call in, right, from either of the platforms, let's watch this video and we can see, right? So this is from, like I said, this is from Speaker's Corner. And this is a guy who, the title, as you can see, is Islam honors women more than Christians. And if you're on, let's play it and hear what he has to say, right? These are the typical kind of arguments you're going to see over and over again from people out there who are trying to prop up Islam against Christianity, right? And obviously today's live stream is just an example for us to see how to combat that false narrative, to ultimately tear those weak arguments to shreds. All right, cool. All right, so let's listen to what he has to say, right? And I'll stop it as time goes on. And again, any guest who wants to join on any of the platforms, feel free to call in. The links, the access links to join and request to have a conversation are there and available. All right, cool. Let's get into this. So listen to what he has to say.
7th century Islam was saying women don't have to take the surname of their husband. In Islam, the mother, there's a saying of the Prophet that says paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Somebody asked the Prophet with regards to who deserves my companionship, my time, to the mother. Said, who next? Your mother. Who next? Your mother.
Sorry,
who next?
Let me push that back.
7th century Islam.
Let me go back and I clicked the wrong button. All right. The sound looks good. Let me know if the sound is good for you guys. It should be good for you. Maybe it's just my own sound. I need to turn up a little bit. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. All right. But let me know in the chat section. Is the sound cool? Okay, sounds cool. Thank you, Ecos Mios. And again, thank you guys for joining live. Again, this is a live stream where we're going to be looking at one question: is Islam better for women than Christianity? Obviously, as a Christian, I disagree heavily, but we live in a world today where people are hearing this sort of stuff and actually believe that this is actually true. And you got a little taste of why he was saying this, right? This particular guy. There's many people more like him who take the same view, but let's do this again now. Cool. And let's listen to what he has to say. All right. Cool. Cool. All right.
7th century Islam was saying women don't have to take the surname of their husband. In Islam, the mother, there's a saying of the Prophet that says paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Somebody asked the Prophet with regards to who deserves my companionship, my time, to the mother.
So think about what he said so far already, right? This is a guy who's saying Islam is better, right, than Christianity for women. That's the title of his video. And what he's basically saying, the first thing he said is, in 7th century Arabia, Muhammad said, the Prophet of Islam, you don't have to take the name of your husband.
Was saying women don't have to take the surname of their husband. In Islam, the
women don't have to take the surname of the husband. And apparently this is a good reason why Islam is apparently better suited, better treated, gives better treatment to women than Christianity, or I guess anything else, which really doesn't make any sense. Like, if you marry into someone's family, obviously it makes sense on so many different levels for a woman to take the husband's name, right? Because clearly the woman has left one family and joined another family. She now has moved from one name to another name. But apparently this is, and again, I've said this before, this is like going out and this is being mentioned in Speaker's Corner. People are hearing this. This video has got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. And many Muslims probably will eat this up and think, yeah, like this is good argumentation. This is silly, weak argumentation, guys. But it's a shame that this is the kind of stuff that people like are believing and taking to, like left, right, and center. If you think like there's more in this video, obviously, but if you think this is bad, it's gonna get worse. Like, trust me, right? Let's see. And this is obviously a good question right here, right? It's like, or a good statement anyway. I don't think you even need to be a Christian to disagree about just have basic human empathy. And it's true, right? Like it's so funny when you think about it. Like when we think about this particular question, what is better for women, Islam or Christianity? We're watching a video right now so far, and again, anyone is welcome to join and tell us, especially if you're a Muslim, join and let us know why you think Islam is better than Christianity when it comes to the treatment of women. And so far, the first example we've got is from this video where this guy is talking about how, because in the 7th century, Muhammad apparently said you don't have to take the surname of a husband. That is apparently why Islam is good for women over Christianity, which again makes no sense. But this is a sort of argumentation, guys. If it's 2025, in this day and age, you say something confidently, and there's enough dumb people out there who are actually going to fall for this sort of nonsense. Let's continue and hear what he has to say more.
Mother, there's a saying of the Prophet that says, paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Somebody asked the Prophet, with regards to who deserves my companion.
Paradise. You see his next argument, there was a saying apparently in the hadith, in the stories and the accounts of Muhammad. It's kind of similar to a certain degree to how Christians have the Gospels, right? He's like, oh, paradise is apparently under the feet of the mother. Is that what he said? Like, okay.
To who deserves my companionship, my time, to the mother. Said, who next? Your mother.
Let's
the Prophet. With regards to who deserves my companionship,
let's go.
Paradise lies under the feet of the mother. That says paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Paradise
lies under the feet of the mother, and apparently that is a reason why Islam is better for women than Christianity. Like, which, guys, you need to help me out here, right? Today's live stream, like, I'm welcoming any Muslim to call in, right, on any of the platforms we're streaming live right now and tell us why Islam is apparently better for women than Christianity. And so far, in this video we've looked at so far, this video's got hundreds of thousands of views. This guy titled his video, Islam honors women more than Christians. And he said so far, well, one of the reasons why this actually is because women didn't have to take the surname of a husband. And now he just said there's a saying from the Prophet that paradise is at the feet of a woman or something along those lines. Like, it's like, which to me, again, is just like, what does that even mean? Like, really? Because there's sayings in Islam that most of the women in hellfire, most of the people in hellfire are women. So, like, we need to make it make sense. This is what I was saying before, right? And again, this is, we've got a guest. Let's see who this is.
Wait, what am I pressing on? I don't know what I'm pressing on.
Hello? Are you a Muslim?
Hey, what's the word, gang? What's the word?
Let me know. Can you guys hear her? Are you a Muslim?
Am I a Muslim?
Yeah.
No.
You're not a Muslim?
No.
Okay. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you join? Why did you join?
The live?
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to see what's up with you, bro.
Okay, cool. Basically, this live stream, right? We're looking for Muslim callers mainly to tell us why Islam
How many
is
people in your live?
What?
How many people up in your live?
It depends. There's a couple. There's people on both on YouTube and obviously on TikTok. I just started on YouTube. I've been on TikTok for a little bit.
Okay, so what's up? Go ahead, finish. My fault. I cut you off.
No, it's cool. So I was just basically like, we're looking for Muslims to come up and tell us why Islam is really better than Christianity in regards to their treatment of women. So far, you know what? You let me know, right? So far, we've had 2 reasons why. We're looking at one video from this Muslim guy who posted it, and he's got hundreds of thousands of views. The first reason he said was Islam treats women better than Christians because they didn't have to take the second name of a husband. What do you think about that? Yeah, they don't have to, apparently. You don't have to technically, but that's basically what happens. But let's just say as a Christian, you have to take your husband's second name. What do you think about that? Do you think that's a good reason why Islam was apparently better for women than... Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Facts. Yep. All right. Agreed. Mm-hmm.
Be 44. That's 11. So you just gotta. I'm a Christian, so I know what I'm talking about. You game? Yeah.
Yeah. So a big reason for you why Christianity over Islam in regards to women is freedom, right?
Yeah, I should be able to be whatever I want, and I should be able to wear whatever I want. Obviously, as a Christian woman, you still gotta cover up. You feel me? Because I'm God's child. I never disrespect God, but you have to give women freedom. It's 2025 up in this John. We is not in BC no more. You feel me, gang? Like, it ain't even. Are you laughing?
No, I'm laughing with you, not at you.
Nah, I'm not laughing. I'm about to start crying for real.
Keep going.
Cause this is just, it's gang, bro. It's so sensitive, bro. Like, for real. You gotta understand where I'm coming from. I enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much for this, bro.
All right, no problem. All right.
Yeah, gang. I'm gonna catch you.
All right, take care.
All right. How I leave this? Oh, I got it.
All right, cool. So that was. Let me know. Could you? I'm not sure how the sound was going. You lot were saying the sound was there and then the sound wasn't there. Let me know if this did the sound come back? Because it looked cool on my side. Hey Sean, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're well. Let's see. The caller was basically saying, she was like, look, for those of you who didn't hear, I don't know what happened to the audio because the audio seemed to be working on my end. It looked like it was going out. But she was basically saying she's not a Muslim, she's a Christian. And her big reason why Christianity for her all day over Islam is that Islam doesn't give you freedom. And she said, look, you know what? It's 2025. We're not in the olden days anymore. Like, we need freedom. And she talked about, she talked about dressing and all those different kind of things. And she was basically saying how you can't just dress anyhow you want as a Christian. You have to cover up, right? Because you're God's creation. But basically, she ain't feeling the like head to toe, only seeing her eyes vibe that you get in Islam. But and yeah, like it was interesting. I'll put it like that. That was not the kind of call I was expecting, but at the end, I don't know if you guys heard it at that point, but she was basically saying this was helpful for her. So all glory to God. Again, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. My name is Israel. You can call me Context if you want. But I just basically show Christians how to defend their faith. So far, we're looking at a particular video, which is telling us why Islam is apparently better for women than Christians. If you are a Muslim and you want to come up live, that was a TikTok caller from before. You can come up live via YouTube with the link in the chat, and you can tell us why Islam is apparently better for women than Christians. We ain't even got into any of the questions I want to ask Muslims, any of like the verses I want us to talk about in the Quran. But we've already had a Christian lady come on and say, you know what, freedom is a big reason why Islam just doesn't cut it in 2025. And again, don't forget to like button. So far, guys, you can tell I'm a bit rusty. So far, and guys, I said this before, I'll say this again, like I want to do more live streams, but I'm only going to do it if it's something that you actually want and it's something that will actually help you, will benefit you. Obviously, most of the time I do videos where we're just breaking stuff down and showing people exactly how to defend their faith against different arguments. There's a place for, I do really believe there's a place for doing this in a live setting, whether it be with videos like we're doing right now, but also at the same time, what was I going to say? At the same time, we can obviously take in callers, right, from Islam, from Hebrew Israelites, from atheists, etc. You guys can let me know what you want to see more of, and by the grace of God, I'll be able to do this. Let's see. Someone here saying, host, can you prove Jesus is Christian? Jesus is not a Christian. He's Jewish, so why are you not Jewish, host? That's not the topic of today's live stream, right? I'm happy to do a session another time discussing that. That even just reminds me. But yeah, stay on topic. Have no problem talking about why I'm not a Jew and why I'm not Jewish, and why I'm a Christian. No problem with that, but not today, because that's not the topic. All right, give me 2 seconds. Let me mute this. But again, today we're talking about Islam versus Christianity in regards to women, right? Are women in Islam better than women in Christianity, right? Which religion provides a better environment for women? Welcoming any Muslim to come up and have a conversation about this. We're not talking about Jesus being God today. We're not talking about the Trinity. We're not talking about why I'm a Christian and not a Jew, if Jesus was a Jew, etc. And again, feel free to join from anywhere, right? We can have a conversation about that. Give me 2 seconds. Let's see. All right, let's go back to this video, man. Like, so far we've had 2 arguments from this particular guy in this particular video, right? Number one was, in 7th century Arabia, apparently you didn't have to take the name of your husband, and apparently that's a reason why Islam honors women more than Christians. I would say that it doesn't. And the second one was that apparently there's a saying of Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, which says paradise is at the feet of women. And I said, well, there's another saying apparently from Muhammad which says most of the women in hellfire, most of the people in hellfire are women, right? There's another saying from apparently Muhammad which says women are half-brained. So, okay, cool. We've got another guest. I'm not bringing up two of you at the same time. What is this? Afshan, can you hear me? Okay, he dropped. He came up and dropped. Are these comments coming in? Let me see, right? Someone jumped, came up and then they dropped off, right? So give me 2 seconds. I need to see the chat. All right. Before we go back to this video, guys, I want to see something quickly. All right. I don't know where. Let's see. Got some. Okay, this is a comment here. Someone says, where is it? Sorry. Christian women aren't forced into marriage, so that alone makes it better. I would agree. And again, it's up to any Muslims welcome to come up and join, right? And tell us why Islam is better for women. Because for some reason, you have a lot of like Muslim preachers out there today, men and women, for some reason talking about Islam is better for women than Christians. So this is a live stream for you as a Christian. If you ever run into this sort of argumentation, if someone ever tries to present this to you, oh, you know what, Islam treats women better than Christianity, etc. These are the kind of things you can do and the things you need to know in order to address these sorts of conversations. And again, if you're on YouTube, you can click the link and join that way, and we can have a conversation. At the same time, if you're on any of the other platforms, you can join as well. But cool. God bless Sean. Thanks for the feedback as well. Have a good night. Let's see. All right. This is a comment here. Okay, King, would you let your daughter wear a mini skirt? Sorry. Would you let your daughter wear a miniskirt showing her backside? No, I wouldn't. And I don't know if you're a Muslim saying that or what, but Christianity speaks against that. So I don't think any sane dad would want their daughter dressing it that way. Let's see. But guys, again, this is a live stream. Muslims are apparently, for some reason, talking about how Islam is better for women than Christianity. So I'm interested to speak to some Muslims and ask them a couple of questions, see their vantage point, why. We've had a caller already came on. She was a Christian and she said, you know what, freedom for her is one of the big reasons why she would she's happy she's a Christian. So even now, someone else says forced marriage is another reason why Christian alone stands head above, right? Again, any Muslim who wants to join and make the best case as to why Islam is better for women than Christians, feel free. Up until that point, we're going to continue watching this video. This is a guy, he came to Speaker's Corner and he posted this video recently, and he's basically saying some reasons. The first reason was, in the 7th century, at the time of Muhammad, you didn't have to take your husband's name as a Muslim woman, as a Muslimah. So that was apparently a reason why Islam honors women more than Christianity, which I think is such a bogus reason. And another reason was because there's a saying of Muhammad saying that paradise is at the feet of women. Okay, cool. Let's continue. See what he has to say.
He asked the Prophet, with regards to who deserves my companionship, my time, to the mother. Said, who?
A man came to and said, oh, Allah's messenger, who is more entitled to be treated with the best companionship by me? The Prophet said, your mother. The man said, who is next? The Prophet said, your mother. So he's saying here, this is a reason. So basically, if we go into the holy book, right, he's talking, this is not even the Quran, right, but this is their part of the hadith, and he's saying, well, look, their prophet is saying,
next your mother, who next your mother, who next your father. Your mother. This is the rights that are given to the mother. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said the best.
Right, and so okay, cool. So now he's saying, look, there's a saying in the Islamic literature, which in the hadith, which says, Muhammad said, listen, spend time with your mother, spend time with your mother, spend time with your mother. That's great. The Bible says the same thing. Honor your father and your mother, honor both of them. And it also says, so that your days may be long on the earth. And in the New Testament, it talks about this is the first commandment with promise. So the reason I'm saying this is because this is, again, a video titled Islam honors women more than Christians, but he hasn't said anything yet which is actually even special or something which Christianity doesn't like say itself. So okay, apparently there's a saying where it said spend time with your mum, spend time with your mum, spend time with your mum, and spend time with your dad, right? We have the Old Testament and the New Testament both reiterating the point, honor your father and your mother, right, that your days may be long. Right, so really and truly, if you want to live long, it would make sense for you to like honor your parents. They're the ones that gave birth to you. They are the ones that God used to create you, etc. So because of that, there isn't any reason why you should be disrespecting, dishonoring your parents, etc. and stuff like that. Again, so okay, cool. We got someone else. Let's see.
Hey! We're gonna get orange.
I guess not. This person joined and dropped off. I don't know if maybe that person was trolling, because that person looked like he was ready to watch some soccer, some football, as we say in the UK, right? Soccer, as you guys say in America. All right, but again, let's keep going, right? Let's listen to more of what this video is saying. He's, again, notice, this is what you find a lot with a lot of people that speak against Christianity. They will say things like Islam honors women more than Christianity. This is the title. Let's see. I'm not co-hosting with two people. Right. Nope. I don't know what these, someone's trying to get me to add multiple people. Like, no, come up one at a time if you want to have a conversation. I'm not bringing on 3 or 4 people at the same time. That can just get out of hand real quick, especially if I don't know who you are. All right, back to his video, right? Let's see what else he has to say about why Islam. That's what I was saying. So watch out for people's bravado, what they say, like, oh, this big claim, etc. But when we're actually watching his video, we're realizing just how like weak and silly these arguments are. All right, we've got people are joining and ducking out, right? Someone else just tried to join, didn't wait for it to get accepted up. All right, cool. Let's continue.
The rest of you are those that are good to their women. In Islam, the rights of the women are more so than what was there at the time and what is even there today as well. Because at that time when Islam gave the rights, later, about 1,000 years later, that's when women were allowed to vote. In fact, 300 years.
I don't like, that didn't even make sense to me. Like, this, be careful, right? Because Muslim preachers like this, they like to say a lot of stuff without saying actually anything. What did he just say? Let's
give
go
it to
back,
the
right?
mother. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the best of you are those that are good to their women. In Islam, the rights of the women are more so than...
Even, let me, hold on, sorry. So you heard him say, well, the best of you in Islam, so the best men, I guess, are the ones that are good to their women, right? Again, like, Christianity, way before this, said, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church, right? Lugar. Hi, are you a Muslim?
No. Assalamu alaikum.
You're not a Muslim.
I'm not Muslim.
What are you?
What?
What do you believe? Can you guys hear him, by the way?
Go battle.
Pardon?
Battle.
You're what?
Game. Battle.
What game are you trying to battle me on?
My English very bad. I don't understand what you say.
What game? I'm not doing battles right now.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, bye. This is crazy. I don't understand. I don't know if I messed this setting up or something on TikTok, because I mentioned this guy before who joined, and he looked like I said he was ready to play football. This guy's joining and telling me, look, let's do battle, let's have a match. I'm like, I don't know what kind of match he's talking about. He said he's not a Muslim, but he said, Salam alaikum. And I guess, like, you don't have to be a Muslim to say that, but yeah. And what was I saying? Yeah, you have to be careful. Like, he's saying stuff. The Bible hundreds of years before has said the same stuff, but even better, right? The best of you are the ones that treat your women good. Honor your wife as Christ loved the church. As love your wives as Christ loved the church. All right. So it's not really cutting it. And then he basically said, "This is why I stopped it." I went back because this is why I stopped it and went back. Right. Again, any Muslim who wants to come up on any other platforms we're streaming live, you can join and you can tell us why Islam is apparently better for women than Christians. So far, we haven't had any really good reasons. And any of these reasons are reasons which Christianity and the Bible, like the New Testament and the Old Testament, have already mentioned previously. Notice what he says here, right? Which again, like, didn't make much sense.
Are more so than what was there at the time. Are more so than.
Look, listen.
In Islam, the rights of the women are more so than what was there at the time and what is even there today as well.
In Islam, this is why apparently Islam honors women more than Christians. At the time of Islam, the rights of the women were more than what was before and even up until today. But then he doesn't tell us what rights he's talking about. So he's just saying something without actually saying anything, which doesn't make any sense.
Well, because at that time when Islam gave the rights, later.
What later? At the time Islam gave the rights, and then 1,000 years later.
1,000 years later, that's when women were allowed to vote. In fact.
So he's basically trying to say, I guess, if I'm understanding him correctly, right? At the time of Islam, in the 7th century, women didn't have as much rights as Islam gave them. But he's not telling us what those rights are. And then he turns around and says, and even the rights that they had in Islam, that Islam gave them, were better than the rights that they have today. And then he says, it took over 1,000 years later for women to have the right to vote. So is he trying to say that Islam gave women the right to vote? To vote about what? Like, I'm confused. Like, we've got another person. Let's see. Hey guys, how can I help? Are you Muslim?
يا مسات
Pardon?
هسه يتمون اشتا
No, this ain't gonna work.
Come on 1v2 come on
No, 1v2. I don't. What is a league match, guys? What is a league match?
يو يا بي بريد مسايسنا
No. I need to
Come
get
on.
these peeps off my live stream.
come on
No. What is league match? I don't know
Come
what
on.
these Is this TikTok, guys? No.
Господи, ме доволя.
I don't even know how to get these guys off. This is crazy.
Предни, на нечто.
I'm not playing any matches, guys. Just leave. Leave. No matches. No match. Leave, please. These people keep joining this live stream and talking to me about joining a match. And I really don't understand what's actually going on here. And I don't want to co-host. Let me Basha, leave the room. I'm not playing any match. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Lemmy Bash? I don't know if these guys... Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim? Okay. You think Islam is better for women than Christianity? Pardon?
Where are you from?
UK. Where are you from?
I'm from Kosovo.
You're from Kosovo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
No.
Where are you from?
United Kingdom. England.
England. Ah, okay.
What's up, man? Why did you join? Let me know why you joined. Why'd you join? Tell me. You think Islam is better for women than Christianity? Lemmy, you have to say something or you can't stay, man.
What?
You have to say something or I'm going to have to let you go once I find out how to do that. All right, he's gone. All right, I think he left. All right. Guys, bear with me. This is new, so this kind of stuff was working out a lot easier before, so I'm not sure what's actually happening. But again, if you're a Muslim, you want to join, you want to tell us why Islam is better for women than Christianity, then feel free to join up, right? So far, we're not getting good reasons. And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm going to have to look into it after this live stream, why people are coming on and asking me to play matches with them or something. It's confusing, but okay. Someone's saying rise me. You have to, if you want to get risen up, you have to. Okay, let me see. All right, we got another one.
Hello, mate.
How you doing? Are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys hear him? I'm streaming on YouTube. What do you think? Right? Are women better in Islam or in Christianity?
I think Islam.
Why?
So, how about everything a man earns, is her money. Anything that she earns is also her money. How's that for you?
So everything, so because husband makes money and it's the wife's, and if a wife makes money, it's hers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes you believe that Islam treats women better than Christians.
It's not the only reason, but what do you think of that reason?
Okay. Where does it say that? What are you basing that off of?
Oh, you want to know where it says it? Okay, I have to bring it up.
Does it say that in the Quran or like Hadith? Like, just give me a ballpark.
Let me bring it up 1 second. And
Let me know, guys and girls. Can you hear him on YouTube? Can you hear what he's saying? He said, in Islam, if a husband makes money, it's the wife's, and if a wife makes money, it's the wife's as well.
Let's see if it brings it up. I'm just hoping it will bring up the reference.
Abdo, I can see you. I'll bring you up after, if you're still around. Are you still looking for it?
Yeah. So basically, it is known as. I've got a term for it. I'm just going to find where it is. It's mentioned in the Quran. I'm just going to see if it will be clear enough for you. The husband do increase provided. You have to go to the explanation probably of the section. I'll give you the section where it appears. It's called.
What's the verse?
The verse 434 is the verse. 434. Go to that one.
434.
Yeah. Quran 434.
Wow.
You're looking for.
Sure, you want to go to chapter 4 of the Quran?
Let's just go to what I'm talking about.
You sure?
Can we stick to the topic, or are you going to go off topic? It's up to you.
Pardon?
You're going to go off topic or stick to the topic? It's up to you, man.
Go on. We're staying on the same topic. I'm just saying. Are you sure you want to go to? Okay, read it. Read 434 for us. What does it say?
So I've got it here. I've got a translation. Of course, I'm not a translation kind of guy, but I'll do it for the sake of our conversation. So it's known as nafaka, right? That's what it's known as. It's called the husband's obligation. All right. The man has the primary and obligatory financial responsibility for his family, regardless of his wife's own wealth or income. This is based on the Quran. And the verse goes, men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has made some of them to excel others, and because they spend out of their property to support them. That's 434. Husband's duty of nafaka. It's to support necessities for his wife and children. And then you can go into further if you want. There's further information on it, but it's here. It's known as the nafaka. You can find it, and it's what we do. But I've not heard what you think of it yet, though. I don't know if you've told me if you like it or you don't like it.
What translation did you read? Sorry.
What translation? Gosh. Come up. Let me see if I can find it.
434. Yeah.
Yeah.
Men are the managers of the affairs of women, for that God has preferred in bounty one of them over. This is the Arbery translation, over another, and for that they have expended of their property. Righteous women are therefore obedient, guarding the secret for God's guarding, and those you fear may be rebellious. Admonish. 434, you said.
Yeah, 434. Yeah. Have you found some? Have you found some mad one? Have you gone for a mad one?
Have I found what?
Have you gone for a mad one?
No, I'm just reading. Let's try another one.
Yeah,
Men are protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has made one of them to excel the other, and because they spend to support them for their means. That's what you were reading before. Therefore, the righteous women are devoutly obedient and guard in the husband's absence what Allah has given them to guard. Basically talking about chastity, so basically just they be faithful. As to those women on whose part you see ill conduct, admonish them. Next, refuse to share their beds, and last, beat them.
What are you? So where have you gone to? Have you gone to like? I don't know where you've gone to.
I went to 434. Isn't that what you said you wanted us to read?
And was that all in 434, or did you like carry on or something?
There's still some more, but this is 434.
Okay then. So are we going to go off topic, or are we going to stay on topic? What are we going to do?
We're talking about if Islam is better for women than Christianity. And
okay. And what did I bring up?
You brought up that a husband makes money for a woman, and that's her money, and she makes money, and that's her money.
Okay, and what do you think of that for women?
I asked you for a source. You took me to this verse, which is talking about admonishing a wife in Islam and beating her if you fear disobedience.
Is that what it talks about?
That's what I just read.
Okay, and it doesn't talk about provisions and supporting. It doesn't talk about that, no?
Yeah, he spoke about that at the beginning of the verse, but that's not
Okay,
the whole of the verse.
Stop there. We'll stop there a second. So it talks about that in the verse, but you didn't mention that just now.
You didn't mention what?
Are you being disingenuous?
Am I being... Are you funny?
Because I don't know why you didn't mention that. A minute ago you just said it's talking about admonishing and beating. That's what you said.
Look, I'm even showing it on my live stream right now. This guy told me to go to 434. You're even making me wonder now if you're actually really a Muslim.
Okay. Now, can you stick to the topic?
What's the topic?
You see, the thing is, right?
What's the topic?
The thing is, clearly, you
What's
don't
the
want
topic?
to say... Can I speak?
Tell me what the topic is.
Okay. Clearly, you don't want to say that it's a good thing for women that men bring in the income and it all goes to the woman. She can bring in her income and she can keep that too. For some reason, you don't want to say that's a good thing. Why is that not a good thing? Do you not
I
want
didn't
that for
say
your
it's
woman?
not good. The point is,
You haven't said it's good yet.
the topic of this conversation is Islam better for women than Christianity? What you said isn't anything special. In Christianity, when you are in a marriage, a husband and a wife, everything is both of theirs.
Why
So
is it
you're
both
not
of
saying
them?
anything which is special.
I
Why
actually
you
am.
look at Islam over Christianity in regards to women?
No, I am
asked
saying
you
it's
for a
special.
source. I said, where are you getting this from? You took me to this verse, which is saying some of the stuff like slightly what you're saying, but it's also saying a man can beat his woman if he fears disobedience. And you're saying to me, I'm being disingenuous. You took me to this verse.
Well, and you went off topic. That's what
I
you're
didn't
doing.
go off topic. I
You
read
were
the
doing
verse
that
that
now.
you took me to.
But pause a second there. You said that in Christianity, it's both of theirs. That's interesting. That's interesting, isn't it? So for your daughter, would you like it if her and her partner both shared half and half, or would you like it if she got more provisions as a woman?
I didn't say half and half. I said all of it is all of theirs.
I didn't say what you said. I asked you a question.
You said half and half. That's not the Christian position, so it doesn't matter.
Did I say
You said,
that?
would I like? You said, would I like if my daughter had half and half? That's not what happens in Christianity. In Christianity, it's 100%.
Wait a minute. So tell me again then. So it's 100% for who? For who?
For both parties.
That's 50-50, is it not, my friend?
No.
What?
No.
100% for both parties. So,
Yes.
So I'm going to give £100 to a couple, and they both get 100% of that, do they? Do they get 100% of that?
Yes. In Genesis.
No,
Listen,
they
maybe you
don't.
don't listen. Maybe you don't
You can't do
understand
maths.
how marriage works in the Bible. In the
Can't do
Bible,
maths, my friend.
in the
Go on.
Bible,
Yeah.
in the Bible, from the very beginning, the first thing we hear about marriage is that a man is between a man and a woman. And a man and a woman, according to Genesis chapter 2, it's the second chapter in the Bible, the two become one flesh. They become one. So there's this whole mindset of this is his and this is hers, or this is my half and this is her half, that doesn't exist in Christianity. That's not how it works, because it's about unity. So I don't go around with my wife and say, yeah, I've got 50% of our money and you've got the other 50%. No, it's ours. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And yes, I do. Would you like?
You understand, right?
Yeah, I do. Now, what would you like for your daughter? What's your preference? Would you like 50-50?
I'd like Christianity over Islam. Now, can we get back to the verse you mentioned?
No, we'll stick to the topic, which is referring to provision.
That is the topic.
Why
are you running from the verse that you took me to?
Because you're changing the topic, my friend. That's
I
why.
didn't change the topic. It's all about women in Islam and women in Christianity.
And I brought up my reasoning, and now you're
Can you
running
still
from...
hear him? Can you still hear him, guys?
Let's see your YouTube. What's your YouTube, my guy?
Can you still hear him?
What's your YouTube? What is it? Where is it? I want to see this.
This guy took us to 434 in the Quran.
Is it King
where it
Context?
says here, women whose part you feel ill conduct, admonish them first, next refuse to share their beds, and then beat them. He took us to this verse. And now he's running away from it. Can you see what's happening here, guys?
Mate, you are running from provisions. It's very simple.
I'm not running from anything. You took me to this verse. Now you're running away from it. Do you think this is acceptable? Do you think it's acceptable to beat a woman in Islam?
It's well, I'm not.
Yes or no?
I'm not going to have the topic changed, King Context.
It's part of the context.
Okay then. Shall we do it? Shall we cover it then? Do you think it's good for men to drink, husbands to come home alcoholed up to their wives? Is that good?
Do you want to answer the question?
Are we not talking about which one's better for women?
You took us to this verse. Now asking you a question about this verse. Do you think it's acceptable for a man to beat his wife?
I'm not going to have the topic changed, Context.
All right.
Do you blame Eve?
Bye. Let's see. Abdo, you're on.
Yes, brother. How are you?
How are you doing? Are you a Muslim or a Christian, or what are you?
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
You're a Muslim?
Yeah.
All right.
And I I want to just say something quickly and go,
What do you want to say?
My English
on topic.
is perfect.
On topic. On topic, what do you want to say?
Yeah. One second. Listen to me, okay? Where do you live? Where are you from?
Why?
Like, for example, now, are you in England, in any country? I don't need your area.
Why do you want to know where I live? What does that have to do with the topic?
Because I will tell you the fact now, I will tell you the fact, if you're talking about Islam and you talk about the woman and stuff like that and how we treat them, okay, I will tell you the different.
Do you believe
how the Muslim people listen to me, I will answer.
Listen. You put
the question and you need the answer.
Abdo, listen for a second. Let's slow down, because you're going too quickly now for my liking and for the audience. You're a Muslim, you said,
you are the one who put the question. I'm going to answer your question.
So let me pose the question to you. Do you believe that women are better in Islam or Christianity?
I believe in Islam is better,
Okay, now tell me why.
Why? I know you will tell me this, okay? Of course, I live, I'm from Egypt, and I live in England now. What I see the difference is huge difference, between my country and here in Europe, for example. And not only England, the only country I visit in Europe, okay? Here, I know a lot of women, she can sleep with 100 men, and she don't care, okay? With no respect. She cheat on her husband, no problem, it's easy for her. And if anything happened or he knows that she cheating on him or something like that, he cannot do anything, This is first of all, okay? Second of all,
What does that have to do? Listen, what does
LGBT
what does
in
what
London,
does a woman?
LGBT in London.
What does
Listen.
no
LGBT in
no
London.
no no?
Okay?
Listen,
LGBT in London.
this
You know,
is your final chance now. This is your final
Jesus
chance.
is gay. What your answer? What your answer for the people who said Jesus is gay?
That's my answer. Bye. Peter, I'm going to bring you up next, but just notice, right? The last two callers, one guy took us to a verse, which is basically showing us the complete opposite of what he was trying to argue. He's turning around saying, well, men make money for women and women make money for themselves, and that's better than Christianity. I went to his verse that he said, and the literal verse is saying that you can beat your wife. And he's saying, I'm running from the topic because I'm reading context. He literally came on a panel. He came on a live stream where the username is King Context. So what do you think I'm going to be interested in these conversations? Context. Now we have another caller talking about he's from Egypt, he lives in the UK, and he sees women like doing promiscuous stuff, sleeping around, and then LGBTQ. What does that have to do with Christianity? That's nothing to do with Christianity. That's people living a secular life. Okay, I guess Peter's gone. Guys, Christianity is better for women than Islam. If you disagree, come up and tell me why. This guy's back. No, you're not coming back up. And he's saying Iran. What a joke. This is the guy who took us to Surah 434, where it says you can get beaten by your husband in Islam. And he's saying Iran. He's saying Iran. Really. And he thinks he did well. Guys, this is what happens. I apparently clearly ran. Maybe it's me, like YouTube, let me know, did I run? I don't think I ran. It's funny because guys, I actually wanted, in my mind, there's something I wanted to talk about in this live stream. We ain't even got there yet, and we've already seen these Muslims that have come up, just embarrass themselves and embarrass their religion. We ain't even got into the juice. Thank you for liking the live. Bear these guys on TikTok. I'm afraid, I'm petrified. I'm really petrified. You talk about easy work. This is what's actually so funny. He told me to go to the verse. I said, are you sure you want to go to chapter 4 of the Quran? And he said, yes, let's go there. He went to a verse that buried himself. And he thinks I'm running. Carlos says, I read the Bible and Quran, you have no knowledge. Okay, cool. Come up, Carlos, and show me that I have no knowledge. Come up and see if you can do something better. I'm petrified, guys. I'm so petrified. Because I won't let silly Muslims that are calling up waffle and talk nonsense. Again, any Muslim who wants to come up, all right. Carlos, it's your Kodak moment. Yeah, Carlos is coming up apparently. So let's see. Thank you all as well for liking the live on all the different platforms. Don't forget to like it, spreads it out to more people. And you can see, right, this is a live stream. This is a live stream showing you how to tear down these weak, silly arguments for Muslim preachers who think they can go around and say Islam honors women more than Christianity. You don't get to just say it and that's it. Like, we live in a day and age where it's going to be tested. So Carlos, he doesn't like, he's not coming up, it seems. Looks like his connection timed out. But this is what we're dealing with, guys. Thanks for all the hearts, by the way. Appreciate you. All right, let's go back to the video, right? I thought this video was going to produce the worst arguments, but we've already seen arguments which are terrible from these live callers. This is terrible, guys. All right, let's see if this video is going to get better. All right, let's see.
300 years, in fact longer. In Europe, they were debating if women even had souls, if they were even human beings. But Muslims were saying paradise lies under the feet of your mother.
So
Muslims were saying paradise lies under the feet of your mother. The best of the women were allowed to vote. In fact, 300 years, in fact longer. In Europe, they were debating if women even had souls.
In Europe, he says, they were debating if women had souls. And this is in a video where he's saying Islam honors women more than Christians. When I was speaking to a guy earlier and I said, what? In Genesis, going back to the beginning, Genesis 1:26, God says, let us make man in our image and our likeness. So God created male and female. Male and female are created in the image of God. So anybody after that point in time who is debating if a woman has a soul, if a woman is human or anything along those lines is clearly going against the Bible. But he thinks this is like some powerful reasoning, some powerful argument as to why Islam honors women more than Christianity. Do you see the nonsense that these sorts of people will actually preach out and actually think? Like hundreds of thousands of people have watched this. And he thinks this is supposed to be compelling. This is only compelling to someone who is a fool, someone who doesn't even want to take 2 seconds to think about what's actually being said.
They were even human beings. But Muslims were saying paradise lies under the feet of your mother. The best of the people are the ones that are good to their women folk. This is unheard of 1400 years ago.
This is, imagine, he ends the vid now. We have to wheel that one up.
This is unheard of 1400. People are the ones that are good to their women folk. This is unheard of 1400.
This is unheard of 1400 years ago. It's unheard of 1400 years ago, apparently, for someone to say, if you honor your women, you're the best of the people. Like, this is unheard of 1400 years ago. Do you, like, this guy is either like completely dumb or is just a lying devil. It has to be one or the other. Why would someone say something like this? Does he mean like this is unheard of in like Pluto, in like on another planet? This makes no sense. Let's just look at a passage quickly in the Bible. Let's go to Ephesians 5, right? Right, let's even stay with the NLT, right? This is unheard of. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church. How did he love the church? He gave up his life for her to make her holy and clean, washed by the cleansing of God's word. This is a passage in scripture written hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before Islam was even a thought. talking about a husband must love his wife like Christ loved the church, be willing to lay down his life for her. And apparently some gibberish that this guy's talking about is apparently unheard of 1400 years ago. If you're living under a rock. Nope. I will not be co-hosting with you. Guys, I don't know what happened. Like, after all this time, I thought we kind of escaped those people offering me out to matches. Now someone... All right. Let's see. We've got another caller. Skeng, can you hear me? Skeng, you're on stage. Skeng, strike one. Skeng, strike two. Skeng, strike three. Fix your audio. And then you can potentially come back. No, I can't hear you, Skeng. I don't know why, but I can't hear you. Let's see. Yep. Thank you, Taylor. Hit the like button. Let's share this out. You can hear the nonsense that's coming out of these guys' mouths who are apparently telling us why Islam is better for women than Christianity. Right? Let's see who we have. Okay, Skeng's back. Hopefully it works now. Skeng. Can you hear me? If you could see that. You can, yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
What's happening, man?
How you doing, Skeng? You a Muslim?
It's like that. No. I'm a black man. That's a religion is not for me, bro.
It's not for you?
Nah.
Alright. This stream's not about why you're an atheist or why you don't believe in religion today. You can come up another time, right? When I'm engaging people who aren't religious. Alright?
Sweet.
Alright, cool. Chat another time, yeah?
God.
Alright, take care. Some of these comments are hilarious, guys. Look at this comment, right? Someone said, where is it? This is what they have to resort to, right? When they have no answers. Where is it? Not this one, but don't forget to hit the like, right? Let's see. Where is it? I don't know what's going on. Why is this? I don't know where the comments go. There we go. Okay, where is it? Apparently I'm sitting there alone, no wife, thinking about women. What a loser. Guys, I mentioned earlier, I'm sure you guys heard me mention my wife earlier, right? Right? This is all they can resort to. This is all they can do when they see their fellow Muslims embarrassing themselves. They have to resort to ad hominem. They have to now start trying to attack people's character because they can't do anything else. All right. We saw that guy, right? We're going to watch another video now. This is a woman now. This is a woman who, again, she posed a question. And it'll be interesting, like, if she can provide better answers. Guys, you know what? Like, instead of just leaving comments, acting big, why don't you actually join and let's have a conversation, and you can see how good you actually do in a live conversation. All right, let's watch this video now. Right, this one's a short one, but it's crazy. You're with, imagine this guy says he's with company, he's not lonely. So why are you on a TikTok? You've got company, but you're on a TikTok watching a live. What a joke. Talking tough from the comment section. All right, this is another video, right? She wants to tell us why Islam is apparently better. Let's see what she has to say. This is a couple of seconds. All right, hold on. hold on. We've got another caller. Abs, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Welcome to
Hello?
the live. Are you a Muslim?
Thank you. Yes.
How old are you?
22.
You're 22.
Yes.
You're not doing taqiyya, are you?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I've got a question.
Welcome.
I've got a question.
Hold on.
Right. I'm a Muslim woman, by the way, yeah?
All right. That's
Yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
me, is Islam better for women than Christianity? What do you believe?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Right. I've just
Tell
got
me
one
why.
question for you. I'm just curious to see, like, your answer.
Tell me why Islam is better for women than Christianity.
Yeah, let me just give you an example. So I'm a married woman myself.
Okay.
Now, if I was a Muslim and I was a Christian, if my husband was an abusive man, I wouldn't be able to divorce him because in Christianity, you're not allowed to divorce. So where do we go from there? What am I going to do? Do I have to live with an abusive husband for the rest of my life?
How long have you been on the live stream
Whereas in
so
Islam,
far?
it gives me I have a choice and I could divorce him if he was being abusive towards me.
How long have you been on the live stream?
Doesn't matter.
It does.
No, I'm asking you this question now.
Just
You're not
tell me
answering my
roughly.
question.
Just tell me roughly. How long have you been on the live stream?
Like 1
A
minute.
couple minutes.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So were you on the live stream when we went to chapter 4 of the Quran?
No, I just came on now.
Okay. So you said.
Yeah, but I asked you.
Hold on.
No, but I asked you a question. Why are you going back
Hold
to
on.
me 30 like minutes ago?
I know
or
you
something?
asked the question, but this is I'm
Yes.
trying to give you the context of
But this is the problem with you
conversation.
Christians. You keep going around and round and round.
I'm not going around anywhere. Just
keep
listen.
circling
Just
the whole
listen.
thing again
If
and
you
again.
can't control yourself, you're not going to stay.
I can't control myself. You're the one that can't control
We have
yourself.
to have a good conversation.
Honestly.
All
You're
right.
the one that's not having a good conversation because you're not answering my question.
If you listen, we can get to that.
All right.
But if you keep interrupting, you're not going to last long.
All right, go on.
All right. The reason I'm asking you how long
Don't
you've been
speak
on
to me in
the
a patronizing voice as well, by the way. Please, I'm not a child. Carry on.
You're on your last strike. I'm just going to put that out there. The
I'm
reason
so scared. Wow.
The reason I was asking you those questions is because some guy, he's actually still here on the live, running his mouth, talking about how Islam is better for women for some reason or the other. He took us to Surah 4:34 in the Quran. Now, you are saying that apparently you can't divorce in Christianity, which is false. But more specifically, you said, well, if in Islam you have an abusive husband, a husband who's beating you, you have the opportunity to divorce. Whereas in Christianity, if you have an abusive husband, you don't have grounds to divorce. That was what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the verse the guy took us to was 4:34. And in 4:34, it spoke about, if you can open up, you read it yourself, it talked about a husband who is able to beat his wife, to strike his wife. So you saying now if a husband in Islam beats his wife, she can divorce him. How does that make sense if the Quran is saying a husband can beat his wife if he fears disobedience or if he fears that she's been unfaithful, she's been doing crazy stuff behind his back? How does that even make sense?
Well, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant, though.
No, it isn't. Because it's literally talking about the point you're making. You're saying that you could divorce a husband if he beats you. But we actually read a verse in the Quran earlier that said a husband can beat his wife in that circumstance. So
Yeah, that's irrelevant, though. I'm asking
how is it
you
irrelevant?
what
How
would
is
a
it
Christian
irrelevant?
woman do?
How is it
what would a
irrelevant?
Christian woman do? Now you're asking me a question about
You
what
made a
Islam says.
claim.
I'm talking to you about what Christianity says.
You made a claim that a wife can get out of a marriage when she's being beaten. But we've already read a Quran verse today in the stream, which says a husband can strike his wife.
Right. I could go on to that topic as well, but that's irrelevant at the moment. Right now, I'm asking
That is the
you,
topic.
what about for Christianity? Like,
That
how
is the
does that
topic.
work?
That is
How
the
does
topic.
that work?
That is the topic.
Because if you don't want to answer the question, I'm just going to leave. Because I'm asking you a question about Christianity, and now you're trying to ask me a question. That's not how it works.
The question you're asking doesn't make sense because it goes against the
It
Quran.
don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense because it goes against the Quran.
By asking me a question again.
Do you not understand the problem that is in your question based on the Quran verse?
Listen, mate. Go Luke 16:18, and you can read it yourself.
Do you know? She's gone.
Hello? No, I
You're
said
back.
read Luke 16:18.
Do you know the verse
Read
in the
that
Quran
verse
that
yourself.
says? Okay. Do you know the verse in the Quran that says you can strike a woman? Do you know
I
that
know
verse
that,
exists?
but it doesn't mean you're getting out of context. It doesn't mean that you can actually beat your wife.
What does it mean? What does you can strike them mean if it doesn't mean you can strike them?
If I explain it, will you answer my question?
I'm answering your question by answering with a Quran verse.
No, you're not. Listen, actually, you know what? I'm not going to let you do this to me. I'm asking you a question first. You answer, and then I will answer your question. Answer my question first, and I'm more than happy to answer your question.
Your question is flawed because it goes against the Quran.
It's not flawed.
You're trying to create a scenario which doesn't even exist in Islam.
I'm asking, okay, ignore what Islam says. I'm talking about Christianity.
This is about Islam
What
versus
is a Christian
Christianity.
woman going to do if her husband's
This is
abusing
against
her and she can't
Islam.
divorce
This is
him?
about Islam versus Christianity. This isn't just about Christianity. It isn't
but
just
listen,
about
you're saying
Islam.
that Christianity is better for me. How?
Pardon?
You're saying Christianity is better for me. How is that better for
Christianity
you?
would be better for you because you
What,
wouldn't have to.
if I was a Christian and my husband was abusing me, what would I do?
If you were
How
a
would you help me
Christian,
out?
if you were a Christian, number one, like I was going to say to you, a Christian man wouldn't be beating his wife like an Islamic man would be
I know
doing.
loads of people. I know loads of Christian men that beat their wives.
You
I
know loads of Christian men
I
that beat their wives,
yeah,
but you don't.
yes.
But you don't know loads of
Yes.
Islamic men that beat their wives based on the Quran. That's what you're
No,
trying to tell me.
No, listen. You're
That's what
getting
you're
off
trying to
topic
tell me.
now. You're telling me now Christian men don't beat their wives.
I'm telling you, a Christian man, a man that is a Christian following the Bible, wouldn't beat his wife.
That's irrelevant. I'm talking to you. What if a
How
Christian
is it
woman?
irrelevant?
What if a Christian woman
How is it
ended up
irrelevant?
marrying a man who beats her up? What can she do?
What could you do in Islam?
What can she do? In Christianity.
In Islam.
In Christianity.
In Islam.
In
Let's say
Christianity,
for
you need to tell me
Let's say
Christianity.
for
'cause
example.
You're telling
let's
me
say for
Christianity
example.
is better. Why are you
Let's
asking
say
me?
for
Am I
example.
telling you Islam now?
Let's say for example, in
You're
both
not doing a good job,
let's say
mate,
for
honestly.
example, right? Think
What
about it
a
like this.
shame.
Let's simplify this. You have a Christian woman like you're trying to present, and you have a Muslim woman. Both of them are somehow in a marriage where they have been beaten up by their husbands. What can a Muslim woman do better than what a Christian woman can do?
I'm asking you the question first. What can a Christian woman do?
What can a
Because
Muslim woman
I've come
do
into this life for you to sell me
that a Christian
Christianity,
woman
and
can't
you're
do?
clearly not doing a great job, mate. This is not marketing skills at all.
I'm sure I'm not doing a great job. I'm sure of it.
Yes.
You can't even get past the Quran to even get into the Bible, and you're talking about I'm not doing a great job. You've literally denied what the Quran says.
You're making a claim of Christianity, but then you can't even answer the question.
You're
try to flip it
making
towards me.
a claim that is baseless.
That's What? I
You
brought
said
I brought a verse
you
up to
said
and
you
just
said a woman who's
completely ignored
being
that.
beaten. You said a woman who's being beaten in Islam can get a divorce based on what?
What do you mean based on what? There's
What are you
rules and
basing that off?
regulations. There's rules and regulations in
Where are
Islam
those rules
about
or
when
regulations
a
in the
woman
Quran?
can divorce her husband.
Where are they in the Quran?
It's oppression. Listen,
Where are they in?
I'm not
How
gonna
can
let
it
you
be a
flip it
so?
towards me. Stop it, because you men like gaslighting women. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you manipulate me into this. I'm asking you a question. So before you try and flip into me and gaslight me, you need to answer the question.
I'm not gaslighting you. I'm just showing
Yeah,
you
you are. And
that the
this is
argument you're
exactly
trying to
what my
make
response. I'm not
doesn't
gaslighting you.
hold weight.
That's exactly what you reply with.
Doesn't hold weight. Before you came up on this call, we just read a passage in the Bible talking about husbands loving their wives like Christ loved the church.
You what?
A Christian man isn't going to beat his wife.
Well, I can say the same. A Muslim man isn't going to
No,
be
you cannot say the same
either.
because the
I
Quran
can
literally
say
said.
it.
All right, open your Quran, please. Open your Quran.
424. I know.
No, I didn't say 434. You read 434 and then say what you just said again, because you're
But listen,
either.
honestly, you know what? Honestly, I literally came on here to ask you a question, and now you're debating with me. I just want to ask you a question. Can you not answer it? Is it really that hard? If not, I'll leave. Honestly, I'm wasting my time here. I'm asking you.
No
what
one
would a
told you to
Christian
stay.
woman
You
do?
can go whenever you
Listen,
want to
but
go.
I'm asking you though.
Go whenever you want to go. No one is forcing you to stay
her
here.
husband is beating
No one
her?
is forcing you to stay here.
Okay, great job in this marketing. Honestly,
Thanks.
amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks. A woman, as you heard her, we literally read the Quran verse earlier. I'll put it on screen again, right? This fool of a guy who came on earlier to the call, taking us to this verse. And this is what the verse says. Those women on whose part you fear ill conduct, they misbehave in Islam. You admonish them, you tell them off, give them a good telling off. This is what this verse says. And then you refuse to share beds with them. So you cut them off from having relationships, which the Bible says you should not do. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians, the body of a husband is the wife's and the body of a wife is a husband's. You cannot cut off unless you agree. And then it says, after that, beat them. And in the brackets, it tries to say lightly when it doesn't say that in the Arabic. This woman just came up and is saying, it doesn't mean you can beat a woman. But she wants to talk about Christianity. Please. This is a joke. Like, come on, man. These guys, these people, the woman, this is why people say a woman defending Islam is like a chicken defending KFC. It makes so much sense. Like, a woman is coming on, and at least she was even bolder than most of the men, if not all of the men we've spoken to so far. But she's going against what the Quran says and saying, well, yeah, if a man is beating his woman in Islam, I can get a divorce. On what planet? A woman is going to go and say, I want a divorce, and the husband's going to say, don't you know what Quran 34 says? I can beat you. I can strike you if I feel that you have been disobedient and you are not improving, you're not getting better. I can strike you. This is amazing. The guy is literally going to say, the Quran is on my side. There's even a hadith, I remember, where a woman got slapped by someone and she went to Muhammad. I think the dad took the daughter to Muhammad and said, oh, so-and-so slapped my daughter. What are you going to do about it? And Muhammad said something like, yeah, go and slap her, go and slap him back. And then as they were going, Muhammad got a revelation and basically said to that dad and to his daughter, no. It's fine. You can't like leave it. You can't do anything. But she thinks she's gonna go and say, yeah, like he's beating me. That makes a difference. Crazy, guys. Again, is Christianity better for women than Islam, or is Islam better for women than Christianity is for women? Feel free to join. I don't even, how long have I been going for? I've been live for quite some time. If you are a Muslim and you think you could do better than any of the previous guests, feel free to call in. We didn't even get to, you know what? Let me just check something. Maybe we'll come back another time and do this stream again, and we'll deal with good old Lily J and her comparison of women and men, women in Islam. See, this is another co-host. Like, no, I'm not taking co-hosts anymore because these guys. All right, you know what? I think we've had a good one. We're talking about Christian women, Muslim women, and I think it's quite obvious based on today's live stream that it's actually better to be a Christian woman than to be an Islamic woman, because at least you know, if you're a woman in Christianity and a man is beating you up, it's a terrible situation to be in, but at least you can have confidence and safe trust in God, knowing that there's nothing in the Bible which is making that man do that. It's straight from the devil. The sad truth is, for a Muslim woman, she cannot say the same thing. Because a Muslim man who's striking his wife, beating her, however you want to render it, based on passages like 434 in the Quran and other things in the Hadith, they have grounds based on the literature. And that's the real truth. So I'm going to wrap it up there, right? I'll be back next time, right? Maybe we'll keep Lily J for another time, her clip, and I'll be back next time with a different topic. Maybe we might go back against Islam versus Christianity. Maybe we'll do something completely different, a different topic. Maybe we'll talk to some Hebrew Israelites or some atheists. We'll see, right? But thank you all for tuning into the live stream. Thank you for those, even the problematic guests that called on TikTok, and yeah. God bless, guys. You let me know in the comments below this live stream as well what you think. Based on what we've heard today, is it better to be a woman in Christianity or is it better to be a woman in Islam? God bless, guys. And before I leave, don't ever forget the context. It's important. Take care, guys.